Hey VC, it's Mazzy, and more Avant Garde. Apparently a lot of you liked my first Avant Garde video, and sort of in response to my video and in response to Greg's video, Greg at Vinyl Rundown, I'm doing another Avant Garde, but really concentrating more on the rock pop fusion field and sound collage. And we're going to start with the wedding album. Again, it's not definitive, it's just some things from my collection. Some sound arcs, some sound montages, some music that'll be sure to kind of get you riled up, drive you crazy, excite you, make you throw things at your TV screen, computer, or phone, maybe flush it down the toilet. In fact, I didn't include Flush Piece, that's on Yoko Ono's Fly. But the wedding album, they got married in 1968. This is a copy on Apple Records, and what's amazing about it, it comes with this beautiful, it came in a box back in the day. Beautiful packaging. This would have been a good for my packaging video, but the Amsterdam Hilton, John and Yoko, Bed In for Peace. This is about a 20-minute piece where they're kind of yelling John and Yoko, John, Yoko, all the press reports about it, self-serving. It's also a kind of a fold-out piece. Chimera, which is associated with Sean Lennon and company, have been releasing the Yoko Ono catalog lately. And for any of you avant-garde people who like something wild, they're beautiful reproductions. Peter Brown called to say you can make it all day, you know, from Ballad of John and Yoko. There's Peter Brown, who was a witness at their wedding in Gibraltar. And you can't have the wedding album without bagism and a slice of wedding cake. Give peace a chance. Have a piece by chance. Anyway, okay. We'll phone you, John and Yoko. So, got my music queued up, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, Mothers of Invention, 1967. We're only in it for the money. Are You Hung Up? Another sound montage of the band. Are You Hung Up? Okay, now we're going to get into a little Lou Reed Metal Machine music. 60 minutes of this. This is part one. Electronic instrumental, some consider it the worst album ever made. It's far from that. But it's electronic, industrial noise. But when a pop artist puts this kind of stuff up, people go crazy. Worlds collide. Dogs and cats hanging out together in peace and harmony. All kinds of stuff. Lou Reed, Metal Machine music. Joseph Byrd. the United States of America. In 1967, Joseph Byrd is the creator of this, and with the band, Dorothy Moskowitz is one of the main female vocalists on it. Electronic, sound collage, rock and roll, the year of Sgt. Pepper, end of that year, but kind of a cool record. Pop, psych, sound collage, Avant Garde. Columbia Records came in this envelope when it first came out. And he also, Joseph Byrd, the next year, it didn't last long. That outfit lasted just throughout that year pretty much. This album that I've seen on here occasionally is the American Metaphysical Circus, Joseph Byrd and the Field Hippies, also on Columbia Masterworks, I believe, their classical label. This is a reissue of it. Again, a lot of ring modulators, early synthesizers, early electronic instruments. And then we're going to go on to Yoko Ono, with Alan White on drums, Klaus Verman on bass, John Lennon on guitar, Ornette Coleman on saxophone. This was a companion to John Lennon's Plastic Ono Band album. This is Yoko Ono and the Plastic Ono Band, 1970. You know, all the artists that were influenced by Yoko, B-52s, a lot of punk artists, Sonic Youth, goes on and on. Great piece of music in my opinion. Not for the faint of heart though. And now, another little sound collage from the Jefferson Airplane. A small package of value will come. And then, Umaguma, Pink Floyd, 1969. One of the records, double record set, one's live, and the other record is broken up into 4 segments, and each person has a separate segment. This is the Roger Waters segment. I'm sorry, this is the Waters segment. Several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave, grooving with a pict. I love this stuff. You heard in my earlier video, I talked about the mushroom experience with this. I wasn't on it, but the people around me were, and we played this album throughout the entire night when I was 15 years old. So continue with the sound collage. I'll probably just play a little bit of this, but you know, worlds collide when a pop band pushes avant-garde. People go whack. This is my original copy, or an original copy. I didn't get it originally, but this is a top loader. In the UK, the Beatles' White Album loaded in the top, not the sides. So I recently found this added to my collection. One I can't believe I never had. But you all know Revolution number 9 alienated some people. I think it's an amazing sound collage, and it goes perfect with what we're talking about here. Another one, Uncle Meat. One of the wilder, I want to say wilder of Zappas, because his stuff can get pretty out there. Orchestrated, just atonal, fragmented, but kind of exciting, right? And I briefly showed this, but I didn't play it. This was, you know that voice, don't you? It's Thurston Moore, Kim Gordon, Yoko Ono. Ono, Thurston Moore. Yoko, Thurston. Yoko, Moore, Thurston. Yoko, Kim, Thurston. And it's what you would expect by members of Sonic Youth and Yoko Ono. You know, some of the stuff that I'm playing is really out there, but there's a lot of pop artists that really sort of used it for good instead of evil. And I kind of say that with a snarky tone. What else is new, Mazzy? But one of the pieces of music that I really love, and it came out of nowhere. I bought the single, I had my original single, then Warner Brothers picked her up, is Laurie Anderson, Oh Superman. Love this piece of music. I've seen her perform probably 4 or 5 times over the years. And in the last years of his life, Laurie was married to Lou Reed. Oh, Superman. Oh, John. I love when pop music collides with the avant garde. Here's another prime example. Medulla by Bjork. I mean, her work's always been on the cutting edge, some more out there than others. This is one of my personal favorites that's a little more edgy, although a lot of her stuff is. And you know, apparently they named a mountain after Bjork in Iceland. Do you have a mountain named after you? I think not. There's a kind of sexiness to this record too. I'm not going to play them, but another band out of San Francisco Bay Area that has really been on the edge with multimedia. One of the first bands, and also mixing a lot of film, 8mm, 16mm, are the Residents. This is an Eskimo deconstructed reissue that came out. But I've seen them in different configurations over the years in San Francisco, from the late 70s, mid-70s actually, into the 80s and beyond. So, Resident Snake Finger, very much of an art movement, a collective in a way, more than just a band. And their first album, which I don't have here, it's downstairs, they basically took the Meet the Beatles cover, and it's a parody on that. So check that out. And I'm going to end with an album that I finally got, and I showed it in the first Avant Garde, and thanks to Greg, I've been looking for it. It's out of print, expensive, but there was a reissue only a few years ago, and I found it, John Zorn's Naked City. And it's great. It's got Bill Frisell on guitar, Wayne Horvitz on keyboards, Fred Frith on bass, Joey Barron on drums. This is them doing the James Bond theme. Fusion of jazz, punk, funk. It's kind of the no wave movement. This came out in 1989, I believe, 1990. I mean, some of it's very accessible, and some of his stuff is way out there, but a brilliant artist. As I mentioned in the other video, this is a cover by Ouija, who who shot death scenes, or basically followed the police scanners or police radios around in New York City, photographing dead, mob hits, other hits, gangland killings. But great record. Anyway, thanks for watching again. Mazzy loves you, and what should we close out with? Want to end it with James Bond? You want to be commercial, so strictly commercial, as Frank Zappa said many times. Thanks for watching.